Hey everybody, welcome to American Heroes Outdoors. I'm Scott St. Sauver.
And I'm David Morse, and today we're in Stratford, South Dakota for the 3rd annual Veterans Hunt.
Today you're going to meet some amazing veterans, a group of disabled American veterans from the local community, as well as two very special people, Brigadier General Lowell Cruz and his son, First Lieutenant Jacob Cruz, a team of service.
Now this hunt was put on by the Great Plains Outdoorsmen, a local nonprofit out of the Aberdeen area.
And this evening we'll be going into the community of Aberdeen to spend the evening with the Elks Club in a veterans dinner.
So join us as we continue to share the stories of our nation's true heroes
and help them heal in the great outdoors.
Hero, a person who is admired for courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities. There is no mold for heroism. Heroes are not born. Rather, they are defined by their actions. American Heroes Outdoors is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and our mission is to share the stories of these heroes while helping them heal in the great outdoors. Join us on our quest to honor service members who define the word hero. American Heroes Outdoors is brought to you by Shields, Gate City Bank, Woodland Resort, Warrior Boats, SNS Promotional Group, Evinrude, and Commemorative Firearms.
We started the program about 4 years ago, and this year Charlie at the Royal Flush Lodge is donating his lodge's service for our hunt again. This year we're having a 2-day hunt for our veterans. We just feel that it's something we want to do for our veterans and our war heroes that have come home from war, by honoring them, by giving them a day in the outdoors, in the field, enjoying themselves, intermixing with other veterans. To be together and just enjoy the outdoors. It's just our way of thanking them for the service they did for us.
Pull. I was born and raised in eastern South Dakota, a little farming community east of Watertown, South Dakota. Went to school at Grant Deuel High School in Revillo, South Dakota, and I grew up as somebody that really idolized the military. I wanted to do two things in my life. I wanted to be a farmer and I wanted to be in the military. Coming out of high school, I went to South Dakota State University where I had the opportunity there to join the ROTC. It was just a natural fit for me to go in and join the ROTC there. And after I graduated from college, I went back and took over the family dairy farm. And I got to do that as well as serve my country and be a soldier. And for me, it was a little piece of heaven. I could go back and do what I wanted to do, which was to be a dairy farmer, but more importantly, once a month I got to put on a uniform and be somebody completely different, and to be somebody important and to do good things for not only our nation, but more importantly for the communities that we worked in.
The Great Plains Outdoorsmen was founded in 2011 by a group of 19 people that get together once a week. We pick out our merchandise, we hit the streets, get sponsors, donations, contributions, and in February we host a banquet, and with that money we give back to organizations around the local communities for shooting and outdoor activities.
So we'll end up on the fence line here and walk it to the south, Adam. All right.
And then once we're done with this food plot,
we'll do the other one. Yep.
Next one over there.
Stratford, South Dakota is in the heartland of the northeastern glacial lakes of South Dakota. It's a little cold here this morning. We'll be pheasant hunting today. Deer season kicks out next week. Waterfowl hunting's going. That's why I live here. People ask why I live here. I can go anywhere, any direction and be hunting and fishing within 5-10 minutes.
Find a bird, Odin. Hunt them up. Where they at?
on
It's on
point.
point already. Rush him, Holden. Get him, get him. Get the bird, Holden.
Roosters! Roosters!
Rooster, get him. Bird!
Stay tuned for more American Heroes Outdoors.
A lot of people talk about champions, victory, but most of us aren't here for that. We're here for the everyday. No medals, no crowd, just us and our own strength. There are all kinds of strong. Find yours at Shields.
Woodland Resort is located on the north shore of the famous Devil's Lake in North Dakota. Whether you're hunting, fishing, or just here to relax, Woodland Resort has the amenities to keep you comfortable. Woodland Resort is the only full-service lakeside resort on Devil's Lake, with 6 types of lodging options, including the new Legendary Suites, a convenient bait and tackle shop, indoor air-conditioned fish cleaning station, and much more. To learn more about a getaway for all seasons, log on to woodlandresort.com.
Come on, buddy. Wait for the other hunters to get in spot. This patch is a little bigger than the other one, though. In 2004, I was the operations officer for a field artillery battalion in Minnesota. Our battalion received its first deployment order, and we were at a real hard decision then in the spring of 2004. And we were still at a point there where we were some of the first to get picked to go and deploy. And you know, my commander came to me and gave me the option. They could have probably found another unit for me to go to, but he gave me the option, and I had no doubts in my mind that the right answer for me was to deploy with my unit, was what I needed to do. It's what I trained my whole life to do. And so as a family, it was a pretty easy decision for us. Hunt him up, Odin, find the bird. Rooster! Coming, Jake! Right about now, how about? It came to the point where we liquidated their 70 cow dairy farm, and within 9 months I was on my way to Iraq. It was a phenomenal decision point in my life that, you know, changed everything that's happened to me since. Coming, Jake! Coming! I missed. Coming out of that deployment gave me the opportunity to start working full-time for the Minnesota National Guard, and it's changed my life completely. Caused us to relocate to Minnesota and do something completely different. For the National Guard, working full-time there, I'm on my 3rd job now, and I get the opportunity to be the caretaker of one of the greatest training installations in the nation. So I think that's a pretty exciting point. And it's probably just as rewarding for me as dairy farming was. It's just completely different. So.
Hey! I've always wanted to join the military. You know, both Dad was in, both my grandparents, grandfathers were drafted when they were in their younger years. You know, they were in the military for a couple years, so it's kind of been always a tradition. And graduated and commissioned out of South Dakota State University in 2015. Then I got stationed to go to Fort Carson, Colorado. That's where I'm currently stationed with the 3rd Brigade, Armed Brigade Combat Team with 4ID in Fort Carson. So it's just a interesting change, like Dad was saying, how going from dairy farm, just normal kid, to having to move around and adjust to things along those lines.
Nice.
What a great first day here in Northeast South Dakota. Royal Flush Hunting Lodge, group of veterans out hunting. In a minute, Dave is going to have a nice conversation with the owner, Charlie, and it couldn't have been a better day. The birds were stacked up. I know that they've been talking about not a lot of birds around, but it is really incredible.
You know, Charlie, like Scott said, it was a great day. And when we woke up this morning, the weather started cooperating. Yesterday was bad. It was windy and it was cold.
It was.
And it was beautiful this morning. And I was sitting there thinking, you know, this is too perfect. We're not going to shoot any birds today because it's going to be sunny and warm and all the right people are here. And the day went great and we started shooting birds and it just got better from there.
It did.
And like Scott alluded to, the numbers are down in South Dakota, but somehow we shot 52 birds today and we ended early. We said that's enough, we don't need to get our limit. Let's quit early. It was awesome.
It was.
Tell us a little bit about Royal Flush and what your guys' mission is. What do you guys aim to do out here?
So what we do, it's a family-run organization. Me and my wife run it, and my parents are the cooks. We've got some excellent guides. We're not a big organization. It's just a family environment and good old home cooking, get some birds. And
what is special about this for you? You know, we got a group of veterans here. There's 20 veterans that came down. It's Veterans Day. These guys are having a blast. Tell me about why you do this.
My dad, he's a veteran. My uncle's a veteran, and they were in Germany, they were in Vietnam. And it's good to give back, you know. It's good to see all the guys get together, build up some camaraderie and tell stories and just have fun.
Well, it's pretty special. You can see in places like Stratford, South Dakota, and places like Midwestern Minnesota and Western North Dakota, and all across the Midwest and all across the United States, there's people that are willing to step up and to give the shirt off their back to help other people that serve. And you're one of those people, and we're happy to be here. And it's an honor to be able to host our event here in Stratford. Tonight we're going to go into the Elks. The Elks is going to put on a big deal for all the veterans. Free food, free music, a lot of fun. It's good to be here, and we'll do it again.
It'll be fun. Tonight's going to be a great time. You know, all the veterans getting together, the community coming together and celebrate the veterans. And it should be fantastic. It should be a great time. I'm looking forward to it.
Commemorative Firearms, a division of S&S Promotional Group. A great way to mark a significant time, place, or event and raise dollars for your organization. We have provided limited edition, exquisitely enhanced commemorative firearms for many special celebrations, like NDSU Bison Championships, PDR, NFR, and NASCAR events. Quality firearms and true craftsmanship of unparalleled engraving technology. Preserve the special events in your life. Learn more at commemorativefirearms.net.
The Warrior story continues with the best tracking, driest ride in the industry. Designed with a high degree of dead rise and bow flare to push water out and down for a smooth, dry, comfortable ride, ensuring your safety no matter the weather. With a lifetime hull warranty, Warrior boats are built to last. To find a dealer near you, go to warriorboatsinc.com. Warrior Boats, a legend reborn.
And now it's time for this week's Shields Hometown Heroes.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Shields Hometown Heroes. I'm Scott St. Sauver, and today we're in Rochester, Minnesota to meet an amazing veteran, a combat veteran, a firefighter, and a just all-around incredible guy with honor and integrity. And his name is Eric Kurska. Rochester, Minnesota is in the southwest corner of Minnesota. Rochester is a city of service that goes back to the Civil War, when William Mayo moved here in 1863 as a draft board surgeon, and it continued when his sons Will and Charles served during the First World War. During this time, the world-class medical facility that we know today as the Mayo Clinic was born.
Hi, I'm Eric Kurska. I'm a battalion chief with the City of Rochester Fire Department. I got into firefighting by accident, complete accident. I was in the Army 7 years with a wife and 2 young kids, and my wife and I decided we were done with traveling around the world. We traveled quite a bit and got uprooted all the time, and we decided we were going to put some roots down. And I was petrified because I liked the Army, I was comfortable in the Army. and I didn't know what to do with my life. All I knew is I didn't want an office job. I wanted something where I could be more working with my hands or more active. My brother-in-law, her sister's husband, was a fire captain in Winona, and he's the one that encouraged me and told me, hey, Rochester's doing the fire test. And I didn't know anything about it, so then I started digging into it and looking into it and became interested. So I kind of fell into it by accident. But in hindsight, it was the best decision I ever made. I mean, I love being a firefighter, and probably, you know, it's the team, it's the camaraderie, it's the purpose. But everything was comfortable coming from the Army, meaning it was all the same. We did command maintenance on Mondays in the Army. We do truck checks on Mondays in the fire department. You know, tactics on a fire ground with an engine company, putting water in a fire, and a truck company looking for life and trying to rescue people. It's really no different than combined arms infantry and artillery or armor. I mean, supporting activities to achieve an end.
I've known Colonel Eric Kurska a long time, and I wouldn't call us close friends because he was always kind of superior, higher rank than me when we were in the military together. But what I always remember about Eric is wherever he was at, he commanded the area he was in. And his soldiers were always the first thing that he thought about every day. I mean, that's the first thing you know about Eric Kurska, both the military leader and I'm sure as a firefighter, is that he's got this extraordinarily great personality that comes out to him, and it makes you feel comfortable when you're around him.
It doesn't carry a strong enough word to say he's a great individual, and he's a great American in that sense of serving. You know, how do you put a value on that you can put it in words? It's I get a little choked up about just thinking how important he is, and so that probably says it better than anything.
Rochester's a growing community. There's lots of opportunity. People come from all over the world here. It's a challenge because we face a lot of sick people, a lot of visitors. So our customers aren't just our neighbors, our community members, but we get tens of thousands of people from all over the world that we interact with on a daily basis. And they're coming here and they're going through a rough time. And as firefighters, we really enjoy, we like to say, you know, taking somebody's worst day and making it just a little bit better. You know, we take a lot of pride in that. And, you know, be nice. That's what we do. We be nice. We treat people with dignity and respect. And the people respect us for that.
With over 30 years of military experience and continuing to serve today, all I can say is thank you, Eric Kurska, for all your service to the city of Rochester.
Here's what people are saying about S&S Promotional Group.
My name is Staff Sergeant David Morse, and I am the Vice President of Wounded Warriors Guide Service. Wounded Warriors Guide Service and S&S Promotional Group have been partners for almost 6 years. Once we found S&S Promotional Group, it all came together. Working with S&S has been a breeze. We tell them what we want, they bring their cards to the table, and then we deliver our product. If your company or organization is looking for a solution to a problem or a way to reach out to your clients, reach out to S&S Promotional Group. You'll be glad you did.
Prosperity is today's investment in tomorrow's promise. The promise of a better way of life. With every act of kindness, every act of creation, and with every act of love, we strengthen our community. And when we stand together as a community, we accomplish the impossible. We can choose to pass through life, or we can choose to pass on a better way of life.
You all are our heroes, and that's why we started this organization, American Meals Outdoors, is to tell your stories. And we wouldn't exist without you all, and without organizations like the Elks, Great Plains Outdoorsmen. I could go on and on and on. So, without going any further, I'd like to say a little bit of something special, because the Elks have been doing this for a while. We just came and latched onto this and said, hey, you guys already have an event that's running great. Why don't we partner this up with our pheasant hunt and film it and make it into something a little bit more? You know, we'd like to ride the coattails of this thing
and help more veterans and increase our spread, and we did that with your help. So we really appreciate being able to use this facility and being able to latch on to the event that's already been established and just be a part of it, because it's an honor to be here. And it's an honor to be among veterans, and we thank you.
This is a good area for us because of the Royal Flush Lodge. It's located in a really prime hunting area. They've got a lot of good fields to hunt. It's very well maintained for the outdoors and habitat. And Charlie and his staff do a wonderful job here catering to us each year at the lodge.
Jake and I do this for a living. We serve every day. And sometimes we take our service kind of for granted. And the chance to hunt, especially with disabled veterans, reminds us of the importance of what we do every day. We deployed to Iraq. Jake may get the opportunity next year to go to Kuwait. And what we do is a pretty awesome job. The only negative is sometimes you get some places where they want to try to kill you. And as a father, that's a worry I have. That you never want your kids to be in that situation, but you gladly put yourself in that strait. We get to hunt today with people that have been places where they were under a chance of being harmed, where they could walk away wounded, disfigured, something like that. And it gives us the opportunity to really appreciate them, appreciate their service, but more importantly, to remind us of, how lucky we are to work every day and do this job and not be under that constant threat. Our Vietnam veterans, our Korean veterans, they were under that constant threat for a whole year in an environment much different than what I served in. And for me, sometimes we feel a little illegitimate in the fact of our service wasn't maybe as dangerous or as hazardous as theirs was. And I try to remind myself and others that everybody serves and it all contributes to what, the Army or the big machine needs out of us. Not everybody becomes the frontline combat soldier. For every frontline combat soldier, there's probably 4 or 5 in the background making it happen for them, and they all serve in some manner. But, the chance today to hunt with some veterans that really served and had that, were under that threat of violence is pretty important to me.
It's just amazing seeing how far he's come with his career, and I'm proud to be his son because what he's taught me along the way and made me the man and future officer and leader I'll be of. Man, I can just hope to be half of what he is.
There you go, Jake.
Excellent. Thank you. I got it.
Good job, puppy dog. Nice shot.
So we appreciate everything you do.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys were able to come out here on these hunts.
A lot of fun.